Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. As I promised, I will be doing another September full moon reading, collective reading for September 14, 2019. In my last video, I kept saying August 14, but my intentions was for the September full moon in Pisces. Okay, so I don't really know why I kept saying August 14. Maybe that date was significant for someone, or maybe just that message needed to be heard. However the case may be, I am doing another reading, so this will be kind of like a bonus reading, right? If it's the same message, it's the same message. It's what the collective needed to hear. If it is a different message, then hey, we're on good vibes, right? Spirit will flow effortlessly the way that spirit needs to flow, using me as a divine messenger, okay? I am reading energy for the collective, so this message may or may not resonate with you, and that's okay. If it does, please give it a thumbs up, share, like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, okay? If it doesn't, no worries. There are other many readers on YouTube that are really good, okay? So we are going to get straight to it, okay? I did want to say that we will have Venus and Mercury entering Libra the same night of the full moon on September 14. Okay, so that is going to be bringing up lots of love, communication, really vocalizing what it is that you value, and really allowing yourself to be at a place where you're working from true unconditional love to protect what it is that you value, what it is that you love, whether it's your career, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's your love life, however it may be, okay? That being said, I am doing this as a general reading, so it can touch on any of those realms or frequencies, okay? For some of you, it may be love. For some of you, it may be career. Okay, take the messages how they resonate with you, okay? They can also be vice versa, because I'm reading energy, which means that if it's not you, it could be someone in your environment that you are intertwining with. So again, do not make a story fit if it does not fit for you, but do allow yourself to receive the message that is supposed to be for you, because Spirit has a funny way of speaking to everyone in the room, including myself, right? Even though I am the messenger. All right, that being said, let's get into it, okay? Doing a collective reading. I did pre-shuffle, by the way, but I like to always just shuffle. I just love the feeling of shuffling and the sound of it. Yeah, so this is for September 14, 2019, full moon in Pisces during the sun of Virgo. Spirit of the divine, what message do you have for the collective? Okay, Saturn is also going to be going direct soon, so this is going to really tie into your foundation as well moving forward, especially like up until December is what I'm getting. We do have Saturn and Pluto are going direct, and they're both in Capricorn right now, okay? And we do have a Capricorn eclipse that is happening towards the ending of the year in December, okay? So that may be necessary for some of you to know. I will be doing a video on that as well, but yeah, let's see here. We are going to be entering Libra season very soon, but as of right now, we are in Virgo season, and this full moon is in Pisces, okay? So full moon in Pisces, September 14, 2019. Spirit, one more time, what message do you have for the collective? I feel like a lot of you may have been struggling with some areas in communication or misunderstandings with people. And I really feel like some of that is going to start getting situated for most of you, okay? If not, if you are a person that has been having some communication issues with some people, and you find that That's funny that I'll show you the card that came out. I don't want to lose my train of thought. And you finding that you're not reconciling with an individual, or just the communication isn't coming through. Allow yourself to let it go, okay? This is a time of transition, and what's in the bottom of the deck is the Death card in reverse, okay? So this tells me that this is like that, the rebirth time right now. That was kind of what was falling over. So for some of you, those that's not getting the communication that you were seeking, it's just for your highest and greatest good, for your transition, for your rebirth, okay? For you to have a new experience with the divine. And for some of you that are reconciling in certain areas of communication with loved ones, whether it's family, friends, with a boss, a co-worker, whatever it may be, it could also just be that they're supposed to still kind of play a role in your life for you, but it was necessary for you to not have that communication so that you can grow some, okay? I am also feeling like there's going to be some changes. Now, I'm not into politics and any of that, so you're going to have to do your research and look up all that stuff, but I'm really feeling strongly that there's going to be some political changes during this full moon. Okay, some maybe not necessarily here in the U.S., but maybe other countries, like third world countries or something like that is what I'm getting. I don't know. I'm just speaking. Okay. So Spirit, what messages do we have here? Okay, for someone, I'm getting something about a little dog. That's actually kind of cute. I'm not sure if it's like a Shih Tzu or like a Yorkie Shih Tzu mix, okay? That's kind of, I don't know the full breed, but it didn't look like a full Shih Tzu. It wasn't like all white. It kind of looked like a mix, okay? And then I saw the color pink, so it was like lots of love, lots of unconditional love, and the dog being there, kind of almost like a person feeling really sad, and the dog feeling really sad, and things maybe not going in the way that it needs to go, and then they just start shifting their vibration, like the dog starts shifting the vibration with the moon. I don't know, it's almost like if the dog was moon gazing, or just the dog shifts, and as the dog shifts, the dog starts giving love to the owner. And the owner doesn't even realize that they've kind of been like neglecting the dog to a certain degree. And with that unconditional love, like the nonverbal communication, right? Because dogs speak differently than us humans, right? And so the dog is like communicating unconditional love to this person. And it was like almost like a wake-up call. Like a wake-up call, and it was just like that nurturing. So for some of you, this can be that maybe you were like neglecting a loved one, neglecting a pet, neglecting some responsibilities, and a wake-up call happens where you just started saying, you know what, I need to shift into a more loving vibration, and really just tapping into that love energy, okay? Because I felt like with the pink, it was like that nurturing self-love. I would also recommend like rose quartz crystal, okay, for those of you that are into crystals, just because like that was the kind of shade of pink that I saw, okay? And that speaks about self-love, okay? Like needing to have that self-love, okay, or give yourself self-love, but also remembering that your environment is affected by you as well. Not that you are affected by your environment. A lot of the times we externalize things and we say our environment is this way, so I have to be this way. But we don't like to look at ourselves and see what we are doing to the environment. And it's like once you wake up, you can see that you know, things are happening for you, not to you, and you can start making the changes in your environment the way that you need to make the changes. I forgot to put my phone on do not disturb, and I had got a call that came in, so I apologize. Anyways, it's almost like you forget to give yourself that self-love. So the universe is really asking you to tap into that right now, because I feel like moving forward, there's going to be a lot of major changes, okay? So let's get started here. Universe, what message do we have for the divine, for the collective from the divine? And perfect love and perfect trust for this full moon in September 14, 2019. Full moon in Pisces, September 14, 2019. They're both flipped over around, so I can't really see them right now. Full moon, oh, there we go. I love it. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, so for some of you, the worst is like behind you now. Don't keep dwelling on it. Lots of creative energy. I love this. I love this. I love this. I am going to pull some clarity cards, okay? On this, I'm going to do it a little bit different just because that's how I feel like Spirit wants me to do this. So I'm just going to go with the flow, all right? So, 6 of Cups. Love it. King of Swords. Okay. 4 of Cups. Love it. Tower of Reverse. Okay. Princess of Wands. All right. Ruling energy. Okay. Okay. I want to see the last 3. All right, so I kind of feel like this is in the past, and this is funny because the bottom after that comes the victory, okay? So let me do this. I'm just flowing the way that I'm feeling like I'm supposed to be flowing, so that's how I'm going to flow. So for most of you here, okay, there has been a lot of past influences that have been occurring in your emotions and your thoughts in your environment, whether it's old people or ex-lovers or old family issues, old traumas, whatever the case may be, okay? That was an energy that has been surrounding you and really bringing you to an emotional state. But this is a really beautiful thing because this is for your growth, for your healing. I do see healing. We have the 3 of Swords in reverse here with pleasure, with childhood, okay? So this could be inner child healing, okay? Going back to reflecting on your inner child work, reflecting on those past lovers. What mistakes was it that you didn't really take responsibility for, or what emotions have you just kind of swept underneath the rug and didn't take care of, and now you were kind of like faced with for your healing. So bringing in that happiness now, maybe and because I'm reading energy, this is something that for some of you, you just now may be going through this. For some of you, this is to come, and for some of you, you have already done this, okay? So but pretty much this is like inner child healing, healing past trauma, family trauma, old situations with past lovers, just really bringing in that healing and self-love and pleasure for who you truly are. Okay, so that's a very beautiful energy there, okay? Let's see here what else we have. So we have here with the King of Swords and the Ace of Wands in reverse, okay? So for some of you, you can be, I feel like there's a lot of creative energies, and I'll get into that a little bit more, okay? I feel like there's a lot of creative energies waiting to flow in, just waiting for you to grab it. Okay, it's accessible for you for this new beginning, but you need only to commit to yourself, to communicate to the universe that you are ready to move forward and ready to really take charge. You maybe it was that you needed to learn those lessons, because this is the King of Swords. He's very logical, very in charge of his emotions in a sense, right? Because he's thinks from a logical place. So rather than being in his feelings, it's like facts over feelings, right? And allowing themselves to be presented with the information and stand firm with the information of how to get these things started, how to get this project started, how to move into this new frequency, right? But not until you sit on the seat of your throne, okay, in a more logical sense, where it's not neglecting your emotions. That's not what it is. Because see, the Three of Swords here is still swords, okay? It is heartache, but it's healing from a heartache with your logics, with you clearing up your thoughts, with you like saying, you know what, I'm not gonna allow my thoughts to overpower me. I'm going to overpower my thoughts. I'm going to get an understanding of my emotions. And the moment you start getting an understanding of your emotions, the creative flow starts to come in. But not until you actually sit on that seat and actually take the responsibility it is that you need to take will things start to really move forward here, okay? So I do see a new beginning here. For some of you is delayed, and for some of you it's already coming in, right? Because like I said, once you sit on that seat and you are balancing your emotions with your logics, and you take the initiatives and the steps to flow the way you need to flow, okay, to communicate the way that you need to communicate, to get the job done, whether this is, you may be trying to look for work and it hasn't really been going that way, and you've been in your feelings and really just down talking yourself, playing yourself. You've been really closing your doors. You're downplaying yourself. You're like, oh, things just ain't working out for me. I just don't know, like, if I can do this, whatever it may be. A lot of self-doubt, a lot of self-talk and everything like that, due to everything that's being presented to you for you to heal, kind of keeping it at a place where it's there for you to grab, but not until you shift your thoughts can you actually receive this new beginning, receive that powerful, energetic, passionate new beginning here, okay? And the reason I say that is because we do have here the Four of Cups in reverse and the Five of Pentacles in reverse here, okay? So this tells me like leaving the past behind, moving forward, getting out of your feelings and getting into your pentacles, knowing that the way that you were looking at your environment before, knowing that, as I stated before, with things happening for you and not to you, the influence you have on your environment, okay? Maybe things wasn't working out for you the way that the environment was giving it to you, but you kept accepting that as your reality, and not until you said, wait a minute, let me be grateful for what it is that I have. Let me step into my power. Let me sit in the seat of my throne and start moving forward and not be affected by those feelings. Okay, not be affected by what society is telling me that I need to move this way, but move in accordance to how I truly need to move, because the Tower is now behind you. The worst is now behind you. The way that you were thinking was not really so clearly, okay? You were feeling really ganged up on. You were feeling really, really ganged up on. And Spirit was trying to say, like, you have the upper hand, but you kept, like, allowing outside influences to overpower you. And that is why the Tower had to crumble down, because Spirit wanted you to step into your power. Spirit was saying there's no more self-pity. There's no more blaming your past experiences, blaming those old lovers, blaming that family trauma, blaming the differences of views. There's no more of that. Stop creating an issue of neglect and abandonment towards yourself when you have everything it is that you need within yourself. If you only allow yourself to truly be grateful for your breath, be grateful for a new day, the opportunity you have. You know, there's certain people that they may be complaining about having to like walk to work or take, you know, public transportation, or even having to get up to go to work. But there's people that don't even have a job, or there's people that are paralyzed, or that, you know, there's worse than your situation, and you may have been putting yourself with this mentality that everything is bad and that you're blocked and there's, you know, bad juju towards you. And spirit is like, yo, that shit is dead. Like, that's a thought process that you need to let go. That's a way of life that you don't need to be living, that is not serving you, okay? It's time that you just submit to who you truly are, to your new way of thinking, for a newer foundation, because now you're coming into new foundations. The worst is now behind you, and it's time for you to start building new, okay? No more feeling ganged up on. Be in charge. You are that King of Swords, okay? Whether you're a man or a woman, okay? This is not gender specific. It is masculine energy. So spirit is saying to be a little bit more logical when it comes down to this. Especially Pisces can be very, very emotional, okay? So a lot of emotions may be coming up at this time, and spirit just may be saying, listen, be aware of your emotions during this time. Don't allow them to consume you, but you be in charge of them, okay? You feel it, because you got to feel it to heal it. You have to feel it to heal it, okay? You feel it. You get to recognizing that these are your feelings, but you break it down in a logical sense, and you move forward the way that you need to move forward. Don't stay stuck, because creative energy is yours. There's a lot of fertile energy around you, a lot of creative energies, okay? And you just might be trying to resurrect old ideas and bringing them, and maybe you just didn't have the energy before. The energy is now, once you shift that consciousness, okay, the energy is gonna be like nonstop. Things are gonna start flowing and be fertile for you, okay? Because now you're building on fertile ground, whereas before you were planting seeds and probably in sand, where those seeds needed, you know, proper soil, with nutritional soil, okay? And you were busy trying to build on a desert on top of quicksand at that, and it was like, okay, what are you doing? You know, looking at going through the ending of a cycle, looking at life with a new beginning here, okay? This is the last judgment in reverse here, okay? So stepping out of the picture and looking at it as a whole, and really start looking at how you can move forward, okay? I really do feel like spirit stepped in and was like, listen, it's time. You needed that change. The divine stepped in to break things apart so that you can stop judging yourself, so you can stop judging others, so you can stop judging the situation, and you can move more in a divine light of creativity and fruition, and start really tapping into the light and the seed of your soul, okay? Maybe someone was going through the dark night of the soul. They was wanting ascension. They was wanting to work in a spiritual path. They were wanting to just for things to get better, but you know, like they say, before the rainbow comes the storm. You know, before the awakening comes the dark night. You have to kind of, you know, before you have to go through the darkness to reach the light, okay? And I really feel for a lot of you that was what was going on here, okay? And it's a lot. It's bringing in it's gonna end up bringing in victory here, okay? It really is going to bring about victory here. Now, one thing I will tell you, okay, and it's going to be with the ending of the cycle. Okay, this is beautiful. I just have to show you here. I will show you the other ones here because I was kind of with this influence here, but this is like moving forward here, okay? So you have victory here. The ending of an emotional cycle that was no longer working for you, because this is 10, and 10 is like completion, and it was no longer pouring onto you, okay? And it's not necessarily saying that you had to neglect those feelings or say, you know what, yeah, I'm happy. Are you really happy? Or are you pretending that you're happy? This is really doing the work and saying, you know what, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. This is the ending of that cycle, and I'm more in control of my emotions, because I can be that King of Wands with that fertile energy, more in charge and in control, okay? For a better foundation. This is a change of status, okay? The Four Wands is change of status. For some of you, this could be marriage. For some of you, this can be just collaboration and work and a foundation. This is stable foundation. This is stability. This is change of status here, okay? And you know, you may have been having problems with your family maybe, or with your friends, or just emotional turmoil, but really that was all things that you've allowed yourself to be created in, okay? And this is also a lot of fire energy here. Maybe your pride also, because this is Leo's energy as well. And as much as this is victory, this is also pride. Okay, so maybe your pride was getting in the way of your emotions, and not until you actually allowed yourself to really reflect on how you've been dealing with your emotions. Maybe for some of you, you could have been very narcissistic. You could have been very just cold, or not embracing other people, and spirit had to shake you up so that you can be more emotional, so that you can be in your proper balance for that change of status, for that stability, for that happiness to flow in, okay? But it took for you to end the cycle of how you were feeling before, okay? And for some of you, it could have just been like, it wasn't pride, it was just you were letting your feelings get in the way, and now it's time for you like to really embrace. And the reason that could be pride is because the Six of Wands is like a parade. Like, you don't let no one rain on your parade, and there's a lot of people embracing you on your growth. And but with the Ten of Cups here in reverse, it's kind of showing like you weren't in your feelings, you weren't allowing, like maybe you wasn't showing gratitude, maybe you wasn't showing grace, and you were just sitting on the horse, moving forward, not looking or acknowledging anyone else around you, just thinking about me, and how you are moving, right? For some of you, that may have been the case, but for some of you, is more like, you know what, I'm dropping the way that I was thinking, and I'm going to allow myself to move forward in victory, okay? And more in charge, because I have a lot of creative projects that's going to be coming in, flowing. And the reason I say it the way that I say it there, okay, because we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, which is like my pre-Empress card here, okay? The Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Three of Wands here in reverse. That's a lot of reverse energy here. This is more like the fruit of your labor not really coming in. You were planting seeds, like I said, in unfertile grounds, right? You were like planting them, because the Seven is like you didn't reap the benefits of what it is that you were sowing. But now with the Three of Wands in reverse, you realize that was no longer working for you. The way that you were thinking about your emotions was not working for you. It was not serving you, and so your ships couldn't sail in. And it was time for you to start moving moving forward. It was time for you to really start getting and moving different. You can't, the definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over and over, expecting a different result. And maybe you were doing the same moves over, or getting in the same feelings, or letting the same past problems have an effect in new situations. Maybe there was a person in your life that kind of reminded you of like an ex, or reminded you of an old co-worker, or of a family member that just you didn't really get along with, and you started treating this individual the same way you treated the other person, not really considering the fact that they are not that person, that they are someone else, that they are a different person. And the way that you were behaving and the energy that you was putting into your environment was neglecting what you actually needed to nurture. You wasn't nurturing your environment. You wasn't nurturing your seeds. You weren't moving correctly. And you really had to get shooken up by that and really start moving in a different frequency that is going to be serving to you, okay? So I think this is really, really beautiful energy. Like I said, this can be past, present, or future, okay? And even though this is for September 14th, full moon in Pisces, this is a timeless reading. So whenever you see this reading is when you're supposed to see it here, right? I am going to see if I get some advice here from Lord Ganesha, okay, in regards to this spread. Lord Ganesha, in regards to this spread for September 14, what advice can we give for the collective? What advice can we give for the collective? Okay, so I know this is gonna sound silly, and I just heard the Ludacris song "Move." Get out the way, get out the way. So for some of you, it's just really now you're starting to move forward, all right? And there was just some feelings that was in the way, or there was some people that was in the way, and it's time to be like, move. Move, because I'm stepping in my power and I'm moving the way that I need to move, but still having that grace and that gratitude, okay? And not allowing people to abuse you, not abusing people. Thank you. Yeah, see, we got the number 11 here with embrace. I love it. I love it. I love it. And in the bottom of the deck, ruling that energy, we have determination with the root chakra. Okay, this speaks about foundation. This speaks about your roots. This speaks about the past. Okay, so for some of you, it may be some root chakra healing going on in order for you to start moving forward, pushing forth the determination to break old programmings that you had inside of yourself, but really getting deep down to the issue, deep down to the root of the problem with solutions, okay, so that you can move forward, okay? And that's the number 21, beautiful. And then we have the number 11. The number 21 breaks down to a 3, which is I came, I saw, I conquer. I can, I will, I am, all right? So it's very beautiful, okay? Getting down to the roots of it to really start embracing a new beginning. See, what I love about this embrace card is that with Ganesh here, he's embracing the mouse, okay? What normally would be a pest to him, he started to embrace it. He learned from it. He learned, you know, some of you, it could have been your fears. Oh, look at what was behind that. Very beautiful. I love it. I love it. I got to put this in. Promise of the future. Okay, with the number 8, abundance, okay, infinite abundance, prosperity, the promise of moving forward into the light. You see here, like there is mountains there of sands, and Ganesh is just like moving forward to the light and the promise of the future, okay, with achievement here, the number 42 breaking down to a 6, which is harmony, harmonizing, okay, with yourself. Okay, achieving, breaking through these obstacles, breaking through your fears. Okay, some of you may have been letting your fears get in the way of your future, and you learn from your fears. People only fear what they don't understand, okay? So you've allowed yourself to learn from your fears. You allowed yourself to learn from your emotions. You allowed yourself to learn from that pesky environment. And you say, you know what? If I can't really change my environment right now, I know that I can control myself. I can change myself, and I can embrace everyone and everything that's in this environment the way that is healthy for me. Not in an unhealthy way, in a healthy way that is for you. You understand it, and you don't allow your ego or your maybe your toxic emotional ways of reacting, responding to these things in regards to like your shadow side, your fears, to respond to those things in a negative way, but really from a place of the heart. This is the number 11. This breaks down to, it's a master number. I normally don't break down master numbers, but if you broke it down, it will be broken down to a 2, which is duality, is polarities. It's uniting, okay? It's looking at things using your head and your heart, okay? Harmonizing, balance, being centered, and really embracing that. And the number 11 is really straightforward, okay? It's that, you know what, I learned from my thoughts, I've learned from my emotions, this is how I can move, I can trust my intuition. It's and really embrace this energy, okay? So that is gonna be your advice for this full moon in Pisces. I truly hope that this video helped you. If it resonated, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave that down in the comments, okay? If this video did resonate with you, I would love to hear your feedback back in the comments. That always makes me super excited to hear from you all, okay? Also, if you had any suggestions for any further videos, you can leave that down in the comments as well. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so now. Okay, I do book one-on-one, so I will leave my email down in the description below as well. Okay, I'm super excited for all of you. May you have a very blissful healing journey, a very blissful awakening, okay? Because you know what, I'm gonna let you know right now, it hurts. It hurts to wake up. But at some point, baby, we can't keep sleepwalking. We can't keep sleeping. You have to wake up. And you have to move forward. Change is inevitable, okay? Life works in cycles, okay? It's not always the same way. So breaking through the same routines is no longer serving you. You got to be determined to push forward here, okay? So I thank you all. May you all have a beautiful full moon, and I'll see you soon. Peace. Namaste.